Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to this What's Map DLC special with me, BonBonB. I'm BonBonB, you're very, very welcome. So what I have for you today are the second set of maps, this time from the tropical theme, from the map pack by Sanctum Gamer, available to purchase on Steam and very many other resellers. I'm sure you have your preferences. What can I tell you? Today's maps, both of them, if you've seen them already, are very nice indeed. Definitely lots of playability in both of them. I think my preferred one is going to be the second of today's two, and there's plenty of things as always to talk about as we do our flyovers. But before we get started, I think we'll go a little bit retro today. Okay. That's right, clicking that like button really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. Thank you for your support. Today's first map is the Eyeland. See, it looks a bit like an eye and it's an island. All very clever. I don't know who came up with the name, but Sanctum Gamer. It's a very strong map. Very strong map. There's your start square. Plenty of buildable space. No arguments there. And if you're looking to do airports, lots of flat land. That's what you want for your airports, isn't it? Yes, loads of options today on this one. Resources are good and strong and very structured in very specific ways, so that's pretty strong as well. And then if you've got Sunset Harbour and you want to do some fishing, it's not the most exciting fishing maps, but it's good. Okay. Down to ground level, you may notice a little bit of glitch between the two highways there, down to terrain elevations. So we are a long way out of the 25 tiles. Remember, these are vanilla maps designed to be played vanilla, so glitching like this outside of the 25 tiles really shouldn't matter that much because it's out of the 25 tiles. Why are we going to worry about these things? But it's something that we always discuss anyway. So if you are playing with mods, just a little something out there deep in what would be the fog for you to maybe clean up if you want to. So anyway, as always, with all of the maps in the content creator pack, they all have just the one highway running across them. This does mean that you can concentrate on just keeping everything simple, or you can bring rail, or in this case, on this first map, there is no rail. It's highways, we have air routes, we have shipping routes as well. We'll check out the shipping routes as well in a couple of minutes, just a couple of minutes. We'll just follow the highway across the entirety of the map so you can get a feel for the map. Now we're getting towards the middle. This is the sort of area where you want good standards. And well, you can see here, Sanctum Gamer has slipped a little bit. Now, again, this is meant to be played vanilla. And if you're playing on console without any mods, you'll never notice those trees. Oh, more glitching between the highways there. You'll never notice those trees, though, clipping through. That's down to Anarchy settings, which I always have set to show the trees that are on the underside. So we can see how many are being obscured and what number of the tree count are being tucked away. It's not too many. As you can see, mostly Sanctum Gamer has kept the highways completely clear of trees. And of course, if you demolish those highways, then the trees will show through anyway. So anyway, yeah, there are one or two trees tucked underneath the highways here and there. Heading across to the big old bridge. Everybody loves the big old bridge. And we've got one or two trees on the underside of the bridge there as well. You can see just clipping through is just a little bit of what I kind of half expected. I hope not to expect, but half expected when I heard that Sanctum Gamer was making all 8 maps. I mean, that's a lot of work to do, and there was going to be compromises made in terms of keeping the highways a little bit simple, and they're fine though, they're fine. And of course, just missing little things like this, which I'm sure if they were building a map for the workshop and were spending 100 hours on the map, or however long it's your start square intersection, then they probably would have cleaned all of that up. Anyway, this is the that start square intersection. This is the main highway running down from that intersection into the start square. You can see we have trees under the highways again. Remember, they won't show through for you if you're playing vanilla, so don't worry about it. And down to the start square there, where it's plenty buildable. Lots of interesting space around there. Now for me though, this long highway entrance is just a little bit, I mean, it's detailed down the middle. It's 2 kilometers plus, and it just seems an awful long stretch of highway. You'll be building on both sides of that as well, so you're probably going to end up popping an intersection or two on the routes down there as well. It just seems a bit long for me, just a bit long, like most of my shows, no doubt. Anyway, big old bridge again. Everybody loves a big old bridge, and then we start swooping our way out towards the edge of the map. Now, without any rail to skip to, what we'd normally do is go to an intermission, but we're not doing intermissions today. We're going straight to the shipping routes. Okay, shipping routes, we've got a little bit of a loop around the island there, the Eyeland. See what I did there? Yep, that's good. Anyway, the shipping routes are fine. On this one, it just loops around, goes off the edge of the map over there, and because of the way it's set up, I think we'll avoid ships doing silly things. Water flow, it's not the strongest. We've got a little bit of motion there, that's all you really need. A little bit of motion over the other side as well, but of course it means you can pump from one side and draw from the other, and you won't pollute your own little peoples. So the overall shape of the map, it's a bit simple and a bit basic, and I'm okay with it actually. Just the length of that, the intro, that long highway running down seems a bit long. Do like this island though, it leaves a lot of room there for maybe doing some industries, or maybe a downtown, or maybe your airport on the island as well. Plenty of options. Some pretty nice beaches too. I've got to say this is a pretty nice beach map as well, if a little bit fantastical. We do have a few drowned trees. Yes, they're wearing their trunks. Regulars of the show love that little joke, don't they? Yeah, 1 or 2 drowned trees, but not too many. It's not the world's worst problem. But yeah, it's just a fairly simple map with this long peninsula with a really long highway running down the length of it. But all told, I like the options for breaking out and spreading your wings and maybe buying into the islands around. It should just be a fairly solid map build. And the Island by Sanctum Gamer, I think, is a map that won't let you down. Just got a few minor grumbles about it, but they are minor grumbles, and most of them won't show up when you actually start playing in the full scheme of the game. Now, next up, we have got this swoopy, swishy map. I've got to say, I actually really like the shape of this map. It just ticks all my boxes, and it's kind of built around a really swish intersection as well. I think a lot of you are going to like this. If you haven't seen it already, it's a really, really swish layout. Very nice work, Sanctum. Very nice. This map is Tropical Pass, yes, by Sanctum Gamer. And again, within the tropical theme, so you can be doing all sorts of tropical stuff with this one as well. There's your start square. Managed to leave most of that completely free. So again, good placement of the intersection there, meaning a lot of it's free. And you also saw rail running right the way through it. Again, plenty of flat space as well for your airport if you're wanting to do airports. Probably on one of the 2 side islands, I feel. The resources, not quite as strong as the last map, but still strong enough for a good resource game. And again, if you've got Sunset Harbour and you want to do some fishing, it's not the most exciting of fishing maps, but who cares? Let's start with the shipping routes today. Now, you see here we've got a bit of a possible right angle sharp turn there. Well, more than a right angle, more of an acute turn. Ships don't like it. Ships don't like it. Shipping triangles there would be better. Again, I feel if this was a workshop map and Sanctum Gamer had more time to spend on it, they would have ironed out little creases like that. Not a big problem. Again, it's just one of those things. Ships in the deep fog will be making funny looking turns, and there's another potential right angle turn there going into the middle of the map. The water flow, we have got a little corner of water here, and there's a tiny little water movement there, and we've got access to a little bit of water over here. Again, similar to the last map, you can keep your pumping and your drawing separate, and there is actually a little bit of motion there as well. So nicely laid out again. More good work from Sanctum Gamer. And down the ground level. So yeah, the layout of this map really is very pleasing. You may have noticed the tree underneath the rail there, or in the rail. Again, it is underneath the rail. If you're playing vanilla, any trees under the networks would just be hidden away, but having all these anarchy settings means that I can just count the trees that are underneath. Got a little bump in the rail on the left hand side there. Again, realists might have a little grumble about that. Are you a realist? Go and have a little grumble in the comments. That's what the comments are for. That's what the comments are for. Don't mind too much grumbles about DLC maps, even if they are by Sanctum. Remember, Sanctum is a great creator. They've chosen a really good creator for these. I just feel that 8 maps from one creator is a bit much. Even if you give them 6 months, even if you say, look, you've got 6 months to make 8 maps, that's a lot of maps. A lot of maps for one person to make in 6 months, for them all to be of the highest standard, and that's assuming they're working full time, you know. So anyway, doesn't look too exciting at the moment, does it, from here? But I promise you, this is very slick. This is very, very slick. First of all, this is good enough. This is good enough down here for city building. But when we get to the middle of the map and you get that swish intersection, and the way that it spreads out gives access to the 2 side islands, the amount of buildable space in the start square is good as well. Every box is being ticked on this one. It's a very clever little map in itself. Again, a few more trees underneath the highways here, just for those of you that are interested in how many are tucked away, hidden underneath the highways. They're always there. Remember, if you're building in your city, demolish the trees before you put down the highway, because the trees are still underneath those roads when you build on them. So this intersection, yes, it's very swishly done. For vanilla, it's very swishly done. We have one road that just loops off this way. Again, a few more trees underneath there. Big old bridge taking us across to this island. Plenty of buildable space over here. You may be wondering, have we got any blue mantle? Well, actually, we have. We've got a little bit of blue mantle under there. And, sadly, we've actually got a big old bit of blue mantle over here. So, yes, a little bit of tearing of the terrain. I think that's the biggest sin in a map maker's catalogue. But anyway, over here we've got the second island. Again, plenty of lovely space over there. I think that's my my airport island over there. I think. Maybe not. I think I would. I think I'd go to the airport's island. But you make your own decisions. Oh, down here we have the start square intersection. There we go. A few trees tucked underneath there as well, and then that heads off into that area there. I'd say just about the right amount of space to build, plus we have the rail running through it as well, so that's always good if you're looking to have a little bit of glitching between the highways there as well. So there's a few little things that I personally would like to tweak if this was me, but it's not me. This is you. You make your own decisions. Don't listen to me. So anyway, let's have a little look at the rail. And see the rail breaks away from the highway at this point and just breaks away and bends off. And I would say the rail is strong. I like the route. There's just one or two little things. Like over here, we came through a bit of a bump. Just a little bit of a glitchy bump going on there. I'd like to see that smoothed out just a tad. Just a wee bit. And then it heads off down here underneath the highway and joins up with the highway over there, which is where we came from. Other than that, we've seen the rail. We're running parallel with it. So yeah, we've got some nice beaches over here and some rugged land as well. Plenty of buildable space down here as well. And I don't mind the hills. I think the hills and the rocks on this map work quite neatly. On the outside of the islands, we've got some rocky islands as well, some bumpy, sort of like backdrop islands. You won't be doing much building on there, but it does add to the aesthetics quite well. I'm going to say good design, very nice. This map has got some very nice design work on it. Just one or two down marks with the blue mantle, especially with the blue mantle. Drowned trees on the first map, blue mantle on this map. We have Park Life's Glory Hole, a couple of them actually, one there, and there's another one over here, yeah, on the top of that hill there, high point of the island there. So anyway, yes, it's a really nicely designed map. I'm just loving the way that this intersection ties everything together. It's work of I suspect this is the map that that Sanctum spent the most time on, because it just feels so nicely designed. All credit where it's due for a very strong map. So this one would be Tropical Pass by Sanctum Gamer in the Map Packs DLC, and I'm a big fan of this map. Big fan. If this was a custom map, oh, imagine what level we could take it to. It'd be absolutely stunning. But vanilla, still good. Still very nice indeed. Of course, we are using the custom LUT Realistic 1.2, so it's slightly less vanilla because of the LUT. But that's all. That's all we're doing. Anyway, thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing. I'll come back with some more of these map packs. The Temperate and what else are we missing? Boreal. Yes, we've got those two to do, so keep an eye out for those. Obviously, time is now to subscribe and hit notification bell so you don't miss that. And I've got some new tutorials coming for you soon as well, so be there for that. And also, What's Map, Monday to Saturday, finding you the best map for your next city build. I've been BonBonB. You've been very, very welcome.